Okay, let's keep going in. So right now we're dealing with studies in the fifth dimension, and today's episode is going a little further past the concept of Dharma in ancient religions, the similarities in Dharma and cosmic order, and justice in ancient religions. And we're still dealing with the book, or the scholarly article called The Origins of Mythology. So the concept of access mundi and the sacred lingam. Okay, so now we're going to get into talking about the North Star. In the first episode that I was talking about the concept of all the connections between these cultures based on circumpolar North Star, and how that represents a system, and how the human takes pathways to turn himself into God. And this has been done since Atlantean times. I'm proving this now through the circumpolar North Stars, and also come with my own notes and a few various books. So now we're going to get in. Now, the circumambulation is the act of moving around a sacred object or idol. Circumambulation of temples or deity images is an integral part of Hindu and Buddhist devotional practices, known in Sanskrit as pradashinam. It also presents in other religions, including Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Now, the Deva, Lord Mayokan iconography, it shows a very, very large map of the stars and the actual old image coming from Japan, actually. And it says the image is edited for explaining mandala concept using iconography of original photos from below site for non-commercial purposes, and they have copyrights from Mark Schumacher. And it's www.onmarkproductions.com/html/mandala1/shtml or .shtml if you guys want to go to the site. So, origin of the circumambulation around the people tree can be traced to the Indus Valley in Hinduism. Women circumambulate the people tree to be blessed with children or any desired wishes. The Skanda Purana of Hinduism considers the people as a symbol of Vishnu, or the babe in the blue egg. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna mentions that among the trees, he is sacred, the Ashwatha, the people tree. Further details can be found in the Holy Gita, chapter 15:1, on importance of the people tree in Hinduism. Circumambulation is the religious ritual associated with the concept of the axis mundi. Circumpolar constellations never seem to set, and they simply rotate around the pole star that basically supported the concept of heaven or God. For people of ancient civilizations, it appeared for them as these circumpolar constellations was controlling the movement of all stars and planets around it. And so they show images below, which you can clearly see in the Hindu astronomy in Indus Valley are seals as these ancient texts, or as these ancient civilizations located near the circumpolar constellations. So they talk about Draco, Shishimara, and the solstice axis, the tree of life, around the pole star of the northern night sky, the Milky Way. And so the circumpolar star Draco, snake symbolism, and ancient tree of life, the Milky Way. So we have the snake and we have the Milky Way. So we have the snake and we have the tree, the solstice axis. So once again, the story is in the stars, dealing with the transformation of human beings into gods and the pathways that we can take here on earth to become gods. Let's get into it. So, among the trees. Now, this is a translation of the Bhagavad Gita, and it particularly mentions the mentioning of the people tree. Now, I'm not going to butcher the fucking language. I'm just going to read the English translation. Once again, if you want to get the article, you can. So among the trees, I am the Ashwatha, the people tree. If one worships the Ashwatha, he gains the benefit of worshipping all gods at once. Lord Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita. Origin of the people tree worship in Sindhu civilization, the sacred Axis Mundi mythology, Indus Valley script, symbol for the North Pole star and the people tree, Indus Valley seals and the people tree, Sisumara planetary system. And then we get more into the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15.1. The blessed Lord said, there is a banyan tree which has its roots upward and its branches downward, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Apart from Hinduism, this people tree is associated in almost every religion as either the tree of life or the tree of souls, like the concept you might have seen in Avatar. With the blue people? Come on now. Hollywood movies, which are similar in lines of ancient Hindu philosophy as mentioned above, not just Hindu. Understanding ancient Greek astronomy, the Milky Way formation during solstice was visualized as the path of souls to heaven near the North Star. In Greek mythology, the gate of man corresponds with the crossing of the Milky Way at an ecliptic 5 degrees of Gemini Taurus sidereal zodiac. When the gate of God corresponds with the crossing of the Milky Way in an ecliptic in the 5 degree Sagittarius Capricorn. And below they show a representation of the Bodhi tree in Buddhism as shown below with serpent symbolism. So they show the serpent and the tree in other mythologies being the people or the Bodhi tree, which represents the Axis Mundi or the tree of life. Like in Genesis, nigga. So, the concept of life is a fundamental widespread archetype in many of the world's mythologies, religions, and philosophical traditions. It's closely related to the concept of the sacred tree in the center and constellations, or sometimes the sun god that forms the 12 months of the zodiac, performing circumambulation around the sacred tree or god. So everything that I've been talking about becoming the sun god or joining with the sun god, or becoming God, or dealing with the circumpolar North Star, it's all going to come together when we deal with the Mayan mythology and we deal with Kali being the goddess mother in the Mayan religions, and I'm going to show this. So the concept of life concept of the tree of life is a fundamental widespread archetype. And the Milky Way near the North Star is the tree of life. And I hear Bunaya as the serpent symbolism, in the iconography of deities. And so it shows a couple examples where you have the tree and the snake symbolism, and relates that to the night sky as Kasapa / Cassiopeia, the seed of God. And the snake, being Cassiopeia. Okay. The tree of life term is popular in many cultures. And and that has taken its birth from the Axis Mundi concept. The term Axis Mundi, also called the cosmic axis or the world axis, the center of the world tree, was greatly extended to refer to any mythological concept representing the connection between heaven and earth, or the higher and lower realms. It's closely related to the mythological concept of lingam omphalos, the navel of the world or cosmos. In Hindu mythology, these circumpolar constellations are referred to as Shishumara, or the Shishumara planetary system. And other stars are also fixed on different sides of the Shishumara planetary system according to the calculations of the ancient Vedic astronomers, even in current world and to concentrate in their minds, or even in the current world and to concentrate in their minds. The Vedic sages worship the Shishumara planetary system, which is technically known as the Kundalini chakra. Let's go. So they're dealing with the Vitruvian man, dealing with the Axis Mundi, the North Polar Star, the 14 divisions of the human body, and then squaring the circle using a human body. This principle of the human form can be applied to the temple architecture in the terms of height, symmetry, and alignment to perfect north, location of the afterlife in ancient heaven, the secret of all human religions. The heaven, Sahasrara, or the circumpolar north, which deals with the Kether and the tree of life, the highest chakra, and the 7 lokas, the planetary systems above, and all the chakras corresponding thus to. And then we deal with Purusha, the cosmic man, the 14 divisions of heaven and earth in Hindu. 7 heavens and 7 earths. And then the 7 body chakras once again. And sacred geometry, geometry of temple architecture, and the geometry of the human body. Now, if you observe Parashpati, the seal is shown below, you can find out that most of animals, what was visible in the zodiac night sky for ancient civilization and the circumambulating in the central circumpolar planetary systems are engraved in the seals. Concepts of master or lord of animals, master of animals of Parushpati is clearly visible with all zodiac constellations, sun, moon, etc., playing obstinance while the circumambulating the Lord in the center. And so they show Pashupati in this valley, 2500 BC, and then Orpheus in Lyra, representing the circumpolar stars, representing that system. It's all encoded in the mythology. All right. Okay. And so for images below, we can clearly see similarities of Hindu or Buddhist temple cosmogony in the Shiva Lingam Meru cosmology and Indus Valley civilizations in form of citadel. So they show pictures. Get back into it. So the Earth axis encounters a motion called the precession, which causes our axis to trace out an imaginary circle on the celestial sphere every 26,000 years. This is the same calculation which the ancient Vedic astrologers referred to as yugas, and currently Polaris is the pole star. Most of ancient scriptures describe Mount Meru, Lingam, as a central pivot of the universe, and the entire cosmos revolves around it.
Seven sages, the Big Dipper, Draco, the sun, moon, stars, paying obstinance, while